Welcome to the Tour and Activity Plan. Several enhancements were made to the Tour Plan application, and we believe you will find it more useful and easier to navigate than before. For the next few minutes, we'll demonstrate how to create and submit a Tour and Activity Plan for your unit. In order to access the Tour and Activity Plan, you must first log in to your My Scouting account and have permission to access it. Only the following positions displayed on this table are authorized to create and submit a plan. You can open this PDF in the Tour and Activity Plan FAQ for more specific information. Once logged in, select the Tour and Activity Plan under Unit Tools. As we begin, notice the box labeled Important Information. These links outline the BSA's policies which can be used as a reference as you prepare for a trip. The Filter Search area allows you the ability to search a previously created plan by date, tour ID, unit number, activities, name of adult on the trip, and specific keywords. So let's create a new tour and activity plan. We'll just click on Go. Before you get started, we've included a checklist on what you'll need to know and have ready in order to complete the tour plan application. As you can see, it includes a number of helpful links on such important areas as youth protection training, consent and approval forms, and other activity training information. So take a few minutes to go over this page. We think you'll find it very useful. Click Next. Now you're ready to get started. Select your unit by clicking on the drop-down list. Based on the unit selected, the council and district information will automatically be displayed. Next, select the type of trip you'll be taking. We've included links to download the required medical forms each participant must complete for the tour. Next, select your method of transportation. If you're getting there by horse, just click Other. In the emergency contact area, enter the emergency contact information of an adult that's not on the trip. Once completed, you're ready to click Next. Here, you'll need to fill out what type of trip you're planning. So enter a short title for the trip. For example, we'll call it Philmont Trip. In the description area, type a short description of what your unit will be doing. In this example, we will enter Climbing the Tooth of Time. Next, enter the number of adults going on the trip. Notice there are requirements on what constitutes an adult leader. Next, enter the number of youth going on the trip. Once completed, click Next. Here, you'll enter all of the information needed on each adult going on this trip. Notice that the trip title is now in the upper right-hand corner. Under Add Registered Adults, click on the drop-down arrow next to Adult Lookup. It will display only the registered adults in the unit for you to choose. Notice, since we are using an actual unit in this demo, we have concealed some of the adult leader's real information. Once you select an adult, you'll see that person's current information in the system displayed. Answer yes or no if this person is the primary leader for this trip. Then answer yes or no if this person completed youth protection training. And yes or no if this person will be driving. If he/she is driving, select the vehicle type and enter the make, model, year of the vehicle. An enhancement to this feature is the next time this adult goes on a trip, their vehicle information will already appear. When you click the type of vehicle, such as a car, there's a vehicle insurance checkbox. This changes if you choose a van or a bus as the vehicle type. If you know this information, click on the checkbox. Once you've completed this section, go to the top right corner and select Add to include this adult on the trip. Because you selected this person as a driver, notice the car symbol next to their name. Keep in mind you can update this section of the person's tour information by clicking on Update at any time and then Save. Or you can click on Delete if this person had to drop out of the trip. Continue this process until all registered adults on this trip have been added. Now, to enter an adult not registered in the unit or any other driver, select Add Other Adult. Enter their information and answer the questions as before. Keep in mind, these individuals are not considered tour or activity leaders. Continue this process until all other adults or drivers have been added for your trip. Once completed, click Add. Now you're ready to click Next. Here, fill in your departure information. Enter the date of the trip, select the country, which defaults to the U.S., then add the city and state. Next, click on the Going To section. It will open the form where you will enter the date, country, city, and state of your destination. There's also an area to fill in your overnight accommodations if necessary. Once filled in, click on the Add Destination link over here. If you're continuing to another destination, complete this section. Once you've added your final destination, click on the Returning section and enter the necessary details. A Notes section is provided to enter additional information about the trip, such as bring water bottles, suntan lotion, etc. One cool feature here is that you can upload map routes or trekking plans relating to your trip. To upload, select Browse and navigate to where the file is located on your computer. Select the file and then click on Upload to attach it to the plan. Here's the map you uploaded. Now you're ready to click Next. This screen lists the main BSA activities to select. If an activity is not on the list, go down here to Other Activity and type it here. Notice that if you select Orientation Flights, you'll need to click on the required flying plan link to download the flying plan application PDF form. Once filled out and printed for signatures, you can scan this document, then upload it and attach it to this section. Since we're not doing an orientation flight, we'll deselect it and choose Wilderness Backcountry and Climbing. We're now ready to click Next. On this page, notice how the system automatically displays the required training needed for your previously selected activity, in this case, Wilderness Backcountry and Climbing. Notice that on each drop-down list, the adults you entered earlier are displayed for your selection. We've also included a link for a list of BSA training courses and how often they should be taken. Remember, at least one adult must have completed the training listed above. Here, under the Essential Reading area, we've included links to additional reading materials to further educate and assist you with BSA safety rules and policies. There's also a Don't Forget area. This is a list of yes/no questions to further ensure you have the necessary forms and emergency supplies needed for the trip. It might be a good idea to print the Guide to Tour and Activity Planning Principles, which is a Microsoft Word document that you can take with you. Now that we filled everything out, click Next. This screen shows the leaders and emergency contact that will receive a notification by email when the plan is submitted. You can edit and update their email address here. Please note that changing the email address here does not update the leader's profile in our system. Click Next. The summary page details the information the system has gathered based on the information you entered. As part of the new enhancement, the system will automatically flag any items in red, which are incomplete. Items flagged in yellow indicate irregularities or insufficient information. If you click on any of the highlighted items, the system will automatically take you to the section for you to revise. You also have the ability to print the summary page for you to take with you by going to the upper right corner and clicking on the printer symbol. Now click Next. This section is to certify your acceptance of the tour and activity plan, as well as a listing of items you need to address prior to the date of the trip. This is to ensure that such things as the appropriate planning has been conducted, that qualified and trained supervision is in place, and that permissions are secured. The system will not allow you to submit a plan without this certification. As you can see, there's also an option for you to print a copy of the tour and activity plan for your records. Once you accept, click Submit. Okay, thanks! We filled out our first tour and activity plan. This final screen displays a list of the leaders notified that a plan was submitted. Click Close and it will take you to the home page. One final note. There may be instances where you have incomplete information and you'll need to come back at a later date to continue filling out your tour and activity plan. When you do come back and log in, you'll see your trip under the Incomplete Plans heading. Click on Edit to open the plan. You can go to where you left off by simply clicking on the progress buttons at the bottom of the screen. Then continue editing your information. Since we've added an additional activity, in this case swimming, when we click Next, it will take us to the additional required training for that activity. But for now, let's assume all the information has been updated. Go ahead and check the Certify box and hit Submit. Once you click Close, you'll be taken back to the home page where you'll see your trip under the Scheduled Plan heading. Another cool feature of the tour and activity plan is that once your trip is completed, you can reuse the data for future trip plans by clicking on the plus sign here, or by clicking the drop-down list next to Create a Plan and selecting a completed plan. Completed plans will be in this table for 5 years, after which they will be moved to the Archive Plans section. Keep in mind that the archive plans can only be viewed or printed. Also, as a new enhancement, unit leaders who currently have access to the tour and activity plan can view and update all plans submitted for their unit up to the day before the scheduled plan date. This concludes our overview of the tour and activity plan. If you have any questions or issues regarding this application, email us at myscouting@scouting.org to notify the National Service Desk. Thanks for your time and have a safe trip.